American beekeepers are pathetic. I'm a fellow American and I see what goes on in Europe. France had their beekeepers protesting a few years ago and had the toxic chemicals banned in their country. But American beekeepers, they want to put videos on YouTube crying about their losses, saying they're losing hives or lost hives. And actually you didn't lose the hive unless somebody stole it. You lost the colony. So let's get that right. You guys need to understand, a colony is the bees in the hive. A hive is the structure that contains the colonies. Now I'm down to 81 colonies. Yesterday I had one over here. I knew it was in trouble. I hadn't gotten to it right away, and there wasn't hardly any bees in there. I think they killed their queen, took her out, and then they just dispersed in some other hives. So here's one this morning. I was adding some bees to some colonies, and I was checking this one, and I found their queen on the ground back behind the hive, and I thought maybe I'd done something wrong, that maybe I accidentally killed her. No, I gave them their queen, and they're not content with just balling her once. They'll keep balling her over and over again. She's in there somewhere. She was still partially alive when I found her, and apparently that's still enough for them to want to keep killing her. She's in there. Never stick your fingers on a bunch of bees balling a queen. You're gonna get stung. Right there. Yeah, she's a goner now. They've really got her now. So there isn't much you can do if your bees want to get rid of their queen. It's March 22nd. A bad time of year to do this. You guys just don't understand. You're not going to be able to get a virgin queen mated. It's still too early. So what I did was, I used my insulated fillers here. So I had insulated fillers in both of these, 19 and 1. I took out my insulated fillers from 19. And you never stick a frame of bees next to the frame that holds the queen in another colony. I make sure there's a frame in between, and as long as they don't make contact with that queen right away, give them a few hours before they end up walking over to where the queen is. They'll accept that queen because they've already killed their queen. So let me tell you what I've done here. A couple weeks ago, I took my largest colonies and I split them in half. I put the queen in the hive that was going to a different location, and I plugged the holes, and I sat here for a few days waiting for it to warm up. So I got them at a different location, and the majority of those hives are right here. And then I took, a day later, I took some queens out of my smallest colonies. And here I go again. I gotta say, I'm having trouble keeping colonies alive. It's hard to keep bees alive. And nothing I'm doing wrong, it's just the environment. So I put in some new queens, the ones that were having trouble getting restarted, caged them. 2 days later, I took the cages off the queens, and waited to make sure they're doing fine. They were doing fine, so I slid them down a ways. Some of them were already down here. So then I had some more queens that were having trouble. So where the large colonies were, I caged the queen, stuck in the hive, and the bees drifted to that hive. So it's a few days later now, and I've taken the cage off, and any of these colonies that have a lot of bees, I'm taking frames, the medium frames, because what I did was I just took the mediums off the larger colonies and set them on the other colony where they were before. And the extra bees, there was some had frames of brood and some didn't. What I did is I took the extra bees and I added some frames to these colonies, trying to get these restarted. And then I plugged the holes. And this one right here had a lot of bees in it already, so I didn't plug that hole. But if there's not a lot of bees going in and out, I'll just plug the hole and leave it like that for a week or so. It's this one here too, and that one over there. So if I can have a 1% loss during the winter, I had one colony die. It got cold. I didn't realize they were getting cold. And you guys can't seem to do that. I just don't understand why. It's not that difficult. All I can say, you guys want a pity party when you lose your bees. And Vinyl Farm, he's going to have people give him money. He makes money off commercials on his YouTube channel. So he's gonna replace his bees. There's no doubt about it. But you didn't do anything different the first time. You're not going to do anything different the second time. I'm the only person in the United States that has a different approach to keeping my bees alive. I mean, winter is hard on them because they're sick during the winter and they die. You got to keep them warm and try to keep them through winter. And by March or April, depending on the weather, this March has been really nice, you can take bees away from your large colonies and help restart the ones that are having trouble. It's not rocket science. You guys are so pathetic. And it's with the Americans are pathetic in general. Our government's corrupt. They're treating you like livestock. And there's two words here: embezzle and bribe. Lobbyists are bribing our politicians, and our politicians are embezzling money from us, charging it to our national debt. And us Americans are too damn stupid to do anything about it. And the rest of the world is laughing at you. Are you really that proud? Proud to be an American? Bend over. Uncle Sam's sticking it up your ass. Okay? Thank you.